The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tech Geek webinar series, our endeavor to empower techies. We believe that sharing of knowledge is key to enhance our skills and grow us as a professionals. With this principle in mind, we have initiated a series of webinars conducted by industry experts to give you all a crisp insight of various domains. The topic of today's session is marketing automation, increase app user engagement and monetization. For today's webinar, we have Mr. Daljit Mehta with us. He is Vice President Marketing at Subherge Technologies. Daljit having more than 9 years of experience in working various roles and technologies. He has worked in different roles as software design engineer, technical consultant, project lead, technical coordinator, program manager, and as a pre-sales consultant. He also masters in numbers of technical skills involving Java, J2EE, Hibernate, ATG Dynamo, Spring, Eclipse RCP, Base Shell scripting, Perl, all flavor of Unix. Apart, he has also worked in various domains like mobility, SaaS, PaaS, e-commerce, cloud computing, and telecom OSS domain. Currently, he takes the role of technical sales, inbound and outbound, and marketing activities. He has also participated in numerous developer evangelism activities like forum, hackathon, and more. So without any further delay, I introduce you all to our guest speaker. Over to you, Daljit.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thanks for the kind words. So let's start the today's session, which is based on the marketing of the mobile apps. It can be mobile, web, TV, or social apps. So let me introduce my company to you. So I'm working in Shepherds. So in Shepherds, what we do? So we are known as the largest cloud-based ecosystem providers. It means we provide several tools, several products, which help app developers to develop their games faster. And not only the development phase, but we help in certain marketing activities, which the today's session is based on. Today's session is based on. Sorry about that. So what is the value proposition of our products is we reduce the development time by at least 60%. Then time to market is reduced, cost is reduced, effort and infra management issues are there. So we provide all the backend solutions to the people. So it means they don't have to take care of any server-side hosts or anything. What differentiate us with the others is we do it as an ecosystem approach, and there is no such competitor in the market which provides certain these kind of offerings as we do. So a question which naturally comes to a developer's mind is, why to use third-party backend services versus why can't I develop my own? So the answer is very simple. The answer is how much as an individual you can do it yourself. The most important thing in apps market is how much the earliest you send the product to the market, the earliest you get the reviews from the market, and you iterate on top of that to give a fantastic user experience to the people. So that's the main point. But when you do the stuff yourself, then you have to custom server-side development. You need niche scale cloud management resources. Now there are multiple infrastructure providers, for example, AWS, NetMagic, and so on. You have to support multiple native SDKs. It means you have to develop SDKs for your own iOS, Windows, and Android. You have to manage scalability. For example, overnight you become Angry Birds. It means around 1 lakh or 100 services is a must-have in this scenario. We provide around 600 APIs, 25 plus modules, supporting native 18 native platforms. You don't have to do any type of cloud management. It's a zero cloud management. We have pay as you have to do a pay as you grow plans. 60% less time to the market, detailed analytics to improve key success parameters. So just a very brief description on Shepherd's cloud ecosystem. I'll take these products in detail. Today we are anyway covering the marketing automation part. Primarily we are a App2 PaaS company. We have a PaaS solution. On top of that we have multiple App2 cloud API. Cloud API has around 600 plus APIs, around 20 plus modules with 20 plus SDKs. We support each and every SDK I think available in the market, whether it be iOS, Android, Windows. And then there's a multiplayer solution which is AppWar. It's a multiplayer gaming network engine for the real-time applications. Then we have something known as API Gateway. It's something if you want to expose your own APIs in the form, you expose your own data in the form of APIs. We put an API gateway in the front, and automatically all your data is exposed as the APIs. So again, we'll take it later as we go on. Again, just to tell the scale about our company, we are having around 18,000 plus apps running on us. Our servers are located at 6 locations in 7 zones, 2 locations in US, Ireland, Sao Paulo, Singapore, Japan, and Sydney. We are currently running on Amazon as our IaaS provider. So let's start the main session, which is the main important topic of today, which is marketing automation. This session is important for the developers who are making the apps, as well as the marketing team who is handling the product marketing of certain apps, or the if you are an entrepreneur, budding entrepreneur, and you want to start your own company. So all these things you should take care while developing the app. The most important thing, we have ourselves scaled from a very small company to a large company. So I'm going to give you some real examples in this case, so just bear with me. So I'm saying, how did we did so much sitting in India, serving to almost 18,000 customers, which are across 100 plus countries. So the way we did was, we did a lot of automation, and our company is totally data driven. So data driven, I mean, is we put something in the market, get the original feedback, evaluate it, and then make further plan. After initial products, all our products are came into the market only after we got the feedback from the our own developers user base. So there's a story on the Alice in the Wonderland. I think everybody knows it. So when Alice goes into the dungeon, there's a fork on the road, and there's a cat, and that cat came and asked, Alice, where are you going? So there was 2 ways, so the left and the right. So she said, where do you want to go? And the answer from the Alice was, I don't know. And then the cat answer was, then how does it matter whichever way you take? So it's exactly like that. You should know your enemy. You should know where you're going. You should know what is your end result. So it's a complete science. App marketing or app management, it's not a sprinkle and pray philosophy that you make some apps and then pray to God that something works out or something will happen with you and we'll be successful. But you have to be a data driven. You have to take some important steps to make everything successful. So that's the whole scenario is based on. So first, the most important thing is know your enemy. The main reason why most of the entrepreneurs fail is they are not data driven, and they don't take informed and decisions, and don't take any actions based on that decisions. So again, which I have told you, you have to take continuous improvement mode, iterating on what worked and what did not. Whenever you used to ask a person earlier, what is the success matrices for an app, whether mobile, web, TV, or social apps, the answer was number of installs. But the scenario has been changed. The scenario has been changed with the in-app purchase, the kind of rich advertisement models which we have. Now, if even a user has around 50,000 installs, then also he's making enough money, and vice versa. You give a lot of money on increasing the number of installations. For example, today in today's world, the roughly cost of installation on per device is around $1 to $1.5. It means the user has already spent around 100 rupees on getting a user, acquiring a user. But the user has forgot this point that out of 100% users who has downloaded your app, only 20% will actually use it. And even from 20% people who are using it, only 12% will come and revisit your app after 7 days. So see the amount of money you have spent on this and the result you have got. So that's a big number we are talking about. It means there is a loss of revenue. For example, if you have spent around 100,000 acquiring those 100,000 customers, you're not making enough money to sustain your servers or something. So that is the reason, you need to be data driven. You need to see where your users are, where are they falling off, why not they returning off back. How can I engage my users? How can I improve the session length or the session time of my users? So these certain parameters are which need to take care while building the app. And as we see along when you move forward, that it's not after the app is developed that you have to take care of these points. During the app development, there are certain things which you need to keep in mind while developing the app. So most important KPIs which has turned up for the app installations are for the app success of app is number one, app installation. So again, the Google apps, Google engine, Google Play will tell you the number of apps, but other app stores, they don't tell you the number of ad downloads. The iOS, they don't provide you. The Amazon, they don't provide you. So it's always a rough estimation, or the number of activity you see in your app is the actual data. I have seen some companies going down because they paid a lot of money in the distribution, app distribution, and they pay it to eventually to the bad guys who used bots to make the downloads happen, and look that the downloads are happening on the Google App Store, but actually it was not. So a lot of these things happen in the market. So be careful even choosing your distribution partner while you're distributing your app. Second is app users. So based on the source example, you should see how many users are coming from Facebook, how many users are coming from your sign up, how many users are coming from Twitter. Why this is important is it means it will tell you where your marketing activities should needs a focus. If it's more of the people are coming from Facebook, and that's your area where you should focus on. You should not spend money equally on the other departments. I think then the Facebook needs the more attention. Then the geo analysis of the people is very important. Which country it's working on, which country the most of the downloads has occurred, what is the demography of the people, what age they are, and so on. I have seen again the real-time examples, the games which failed in North America, they did wonderfully well in Africa and South America. So these are some things you need to take care. It's not that you launch the app in one geography and if it fails you move it to the second geography. You should do a sample testing. Again, you should be a data-driven company and see that what's working, what's not working, which area that particular thing is picking up much. So there are some board games from Africa which are doing great in US and not well in Africa on a mobile. So these kind of things will always happen. These surprises will always come. So that's the place where the data-driven thinking should come into picture. So you should also see the trends, what define the events, observe trends on real-time basis, compare trends over different periods. You should see your campaign analytics. Again, I told you which campaign has worked for you, which campaign has not worked for you, and so on. Then push analytics, again, to talk to your multiple users which you have acquired through the different campaigns. It's very important to be engaged with them, to talk to them, to make them feel that they're the real people behind your app, to show the passion, to show the engagement, that you really love your own product, and that's why you want people to use it. So for that reason, the push analytics is one of the way, push notification is one of the way, and you should use the push analytics to see when the push was sent, when it was delivered, whether it was opened or not, whether it was, have you sent an intelligent push or not. Again, this is very, very important analytics, this push analytics. We'll talk in detail in the next slide. You can also see the performance of your app using different app events. For example, people use A/B testing while sending a login screen, just to check what login screen works well for the company, well for the app, and that's why they determine that what's working for them and what's not working for them, for the others. So you should A/B test as much as you want. Again, A/B testing means a little slowing up of your app. You should be using this very, very optimized way. What pages should be A/B tested, what pages should not be. You should drill down your user analysis, get the demographics, what are the age group of the people who has downloaded your app, whether they're male, but they're female, which language they speak, what's their hobbies, and if you can drill down to that level, that's excellent. And compare data, and based on that, take some good actions to talk to your users, to connect with them. Again, the analytics part is very, very important. So why analytics is important? Because it tells you the behavior of your users while they're using the app. It tells you about the do's and don'ts and how to improve your app when you go further. You will not really find an entrepreneur or really find an app developer who will say his idea will not work. So you talk to somebody and say, oh, I have a fantastic idea and I'm going to make millions of dollars and $1 billion out of it. It rarely happens, What really matters is what people like. So we should be, you should use as much analytics as you can to see how the things are going within your app. I have said before that around 90% of the users they become dormant after you install the app after a week. So what happens to that 90% users? You have already spent, if say you have acquired 90,000 users through a campaign and which costed $1 for one user.
Hello, Mr. Daljit. Hello. I think we have lost Mr. Daljit. We are just trying to connect him back. Please bear with us. Please stay connected. Mr. Daljit, can you hear us?
Hello. I think there's some problem.
Hello. Yeah. Hi,
I'll
Daljit.
go back and start. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Please.
Am I audible again?
Yeah, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Thanks. Sorry about that, guys. I think there is some problem with the phone. So here, we were at analytics part. So I'm saying that spending some time with the analytics within your app is very, very important. You should track the dormant user. You should track the user revenue. You should see the paid monthly active user percentage, the ARPUs, how many people are coming for the first time, and how many people are the repeat players, how much time they have spent on the app, total time spent in the session, average time they have spent on the session, what is the average time to complete the purchase cycle. So why these things are important? For example, for the e-commerce app specifically, it so happens that you will never understand that people are coming from at the checkout point and they're not buying it. The reason could be there should be small button or there is a small diversion you're offering at that page to a person. For example, there might be some advertisement going on that page which drives the users away. He got attracted to that advertisement and he went to the total different page. So it may so happen that way. So in that reason, you should analyze it, why the checkouts are falling, why the people are spending much time and then moving away from that. Should try to optimize these things as soon as possible. Then what you should see your users trend on weekdays and weekends. Why this again is important is this helps you to do the targeted campaign. For example, if your users are more and more coming from the over the weekends for the Facebook, and you should do a Facebook campaign over the weekends rather than doing it on the weekdays. Then the cohort analysis. Cohort analysis is again very, very important thing, and that's doing hugely well for us and other people in the market. How does it behave? It gives you analysis on the basis of different scenarios. It basically intersect. It gives you a Venn diagram of different scenarios. For example, if you want to know or dig deep into the behavior of your users, that's how you do it. You find out how many users I have from US who joined in last 7 days and are male, are active. So basically we can dig to such a deep level that you can send this real-time messages to them, to very targeted, to very specific user group. You can do all those things. Then you should do a comparison of different reports. You should have a crash report mechanism, because many times, or everybody have seen that the biggest review on Apple or Google App Store for the different apps is, my app crashed. I'm giving you 1 star. But here the user is, the developer is thinking, that it might be the case of that he's having the low memory on his device, or there is some problem with his network. But you have got the 1 star. You're the one who is suffering and getting the low position. So that's a problem for you. You should have a centralized crash mechanism. If some crash happens, then you should get a crash report immediately, analyze it. If there is something you can do, correct it, send to the user, send a push to that specific user. Again, if you have got millions of users, you don't have to do it manually for each and every one. You can schedule the push or schedule the in-app messages in such a way that you can talk to your multiple users, and it all seems like a workflow, and you don't have to do everything manually. Moving to next slide. We have learned so much from the analytics. Analytics tells you what the user, how your app is doing, which level of your app is doing wonderfully well, which mode of your app, so single player, multiplayer, what's doing wonderfully well. You have learned it, all these things. But then analytics are diagnostic in nature, and they just tell you the ailment, but they don't tell you what is the solution for it. For example, if you go to the doctor, you feel you have a fever, and he'll put a thermometer in your mouth and say, oh, you're having 104 fever. And okay, that's it. And you say, doctor, I'm not here to ask that how much fever I have. I'm here to find a solution. What is the ailment to that? And that is the reason most of the analytics companies, they fail at that point, because they tell the behavior, they tell the user that what is the problem, but they don't tell the user what is the solution. Sorry, about that. So what we have devised in our analytics tool is, it's just not the analytics part, and also the we tell users what actions to take. For example, if a user has not come till 7 days, there should be an automated scheduled message which was said, hey buddy, we have released a new game, why don't you rejoin it? So in that case, you don't have to find it manually, that which are users which are dormant from 7 days and send a push notification. Rather, you can set a workflow saying all these things should happen as a scheduled basis. Before, again, I dig deep to that. So everybody talks about marketing being the activity which happens after development, but something I really want you guys to understand, to the app developers in the market. I think it will make a huge difference the way you build apps, if you understand it. It's known as something as growth hacking. So growth hacking is done by developers, it's owned by developers, and they're the one who make this marketing of app happens, because this growth hacking needs the changes in code, and this understanding needs to done by the developers. And that is the reason, and a developer should not only concentrate on the code or the UX or the UI flow of that, it should also understand the market, where the market is going, what are the things which can improve the virality in my app. So let me give you some of the examples of the companies. So all of the companies which you see on this site, for example, PayPal, Facebook, Dropbox, Airbnb, Path, Basecamp. So why do they have eventually are the millions or the billion-dollar companies? The reason is simple. They have mastered the art of growth hacking within their product. So I'll just take the example of Airbnb. So how did Airbnb became a multi-billion-dollar company? It's I think evaluated around 4 billion at the moment, if I'm not wrong. The reason it became a success overnight was it's simple app. People advertise on it, and then according to the necessities, other people come and take that particular room or bed. So there when they started, these guys, the Airbnb founders, they did not have any inventory to show. The smartest thing they did was they used the Craigslist. Craigslist is like a Sulekha.com or the OLX, which we use in India, where the people advertise if there's a vacant room or vacant house or there's a holiday rental. They simply took all the inventory from Craigslist. Whenever a person advertises in Craigslist, automatically he got advertised in the Airbnb, and that's why people got attracted to the Airbnb and thought, oh wow, it's a cool way. They have a cool UI and cool UX. Why don't I start using Airbnb? And that's how the company became. Again, the Basecamp, it's a very simple project management tool. They have simplified the project management. It was excellent. But how did they put the virality in their app or the growth hacking in their product was? It was very simple. A person who is using a Basecamp, if he wants to invite 10 or 12 of his employees or the reportees, he needs to call them to invite them, for the Basecamp. And those people, 12 and 12 people, again became the customers of Basecamp, and they can start their own projects and their own managers, and they can call other people. And that's how the virality hook was built. Facebook, everybody knows it, it's on the social thing. How many friends you have, people flaunt, I have so many friends. How many selfies you put in that. So it's again about the social thing which Facebook got. I'm not sure you have heard about the company known as Path. It's very successful in US. Has close to I think 100 million subscribers. The excellent thing which Path did was they instead of Facebook making it as a open Facebook. There's a lot of anti-Facebook sentiments coming on the people. They make it as very closed. They made this social network as a very closed social network. It means you just have your 100 friends to invite. So only 100 people you can invite, and only close people you can invite. So only close people you can invite. It means if my friend is in the Path and I'm not part of his path circle, it means I'm not as close to him. So this created a feeling of rivalry among people, and people started having multiple accounts to accommodate all his friends, and that's how they acquired around 20 million users within a week or so. That was the biggest record. So that's how the people built growth hacking within the products, and that's the point where you have to really think hard. That how can I make multiple people, my users of my app as the brand ambassador for my app, who can start inviting other people, and they do a marketing for me rather than me doing it. So that's a area to think about. Some of the marketing automation techniques is the virality hook, which I already told you. You're putting that. There's very nice books on virality. You can search on the internet, and very interesting virality hooks. It explains what is a viral loop, what is viral hook, and eventually you'll understand all the technology and the algorithm part of it and the mathematics part of it. But the decision what your viral hook should be, that's again up to you. Second is user acquisition and promotion. Third is retention of the users and the engagement. The fourth is segmentation of your users in different parts. Why segmentation of is very, very important? Because you don't want to mix interest of different users into one. You don't want to send a push notification to all your users at 12 p.m. Indian time, saying wishing them something, or giving them some discount on the push notification. The people in US will be, it's 1 o'clock in the night, and they'll say, why this guy is disturbing me, sending push notification me in the night, let me uninstall it. So again, segmenting the users and sending taking the appropriate actions with them at the right time is very, very important. Conversion, you should have a conversion matrices, see how many how many people actually came and which resources which they came, how many people stayed for a week, how many people stayed for a month, what made them stay for a week and a month, and how many people are super users, like they're the best guys I want to have, and why they're the best guys. So all this analysis is very important, and that can be automated. Believe me, I'll show you how. And then the cross-platform marketing is very important. We have a centralized system in which to do the marketing across different platforms. This is something about the viral loop. Again, I'll advise you to take a book on the virality and the growth hacking. It will tell you and explain you growth hacking in detail. So viral loop is always in the center. It means what you see is you see some viral loop. It gives you a viral hook. For example, Dropbox said, you invite your 5 friends and I'll give you 1 GB of storage space free. And it's around 1.5 or 2 years back, when the cloud storage was so scarce, it was expensive, and people really wanted to put or share their data on the cloud and share it with their friends. I think getting 1 GB space was really, really good, and that's how the people started sharing it with the friends users. I think Uber did when they initially launched their taxi services. So they said, invite your friends, we'll give you $100. And many of my friends, actually enjoyed the free rides using the this charity stuff. So that's how you think about something. It's not always free discount in the money or something which you have to offer. It's some additional features you can offer, or additional functionality within the app, or you can offer to the people to get that virality factor. Coming to the next point, which is user acquisition and promotion. So cross promotion you should do within your local network for free. For example, if you have 10 games and 9 or 7 are doing wonderfully well, then you should promote your other 3 games within your own network and tell people, hey, I have come up with some wonderful new app which will do so and so. But this is again a no cost, but the low cost innovation. I'm sorry about this break of slide again and again. It's I think something wrong with my system today. I hope you're finding it interesting in spite of all these nuances which is happening within. Then I think other promotion techniques is having a website for your app. Why it is important? Because, for example, you search for Candy Crush on the Google. The first link you will get of not Google Play Store, but the Candy Crush website. So, and what do you have in that website? It's the snapshot of the web, a link to the different app stores, and it's a simple one-page website. We should have one. And why I'm sharing this, it should be SEO enabled. You should have Google Analytics put it. Should do a retargeting on this. We should have a forum in which people should ask instead of giving you bad reviews on the app stores, they should give a remarks on the forum saying, hey, these guys, this problem is there in your app and please correct it. And that way, you answer them and you solve the problem. It gets you good reviews and people are more engaged and think that you're more worried about your app. Currently, if you go to the Google App Store and you see most of the apps, it seems like the developers have built that app and they forgot about it because this is hardly any interaction. And that's, I think, the key thing which is missing in today's world. The biggest thing what app development has done in the market is democratizing everything. It means you cannot pay to Google App Play and say, hey, put that app at the #1 store. It means the bigger companies don't have say in that. So there you should use different techniques to do this promotion. App website is one of the great technique to do it. Second is social. Always maintain a social page, different social pages for your app or game, if you're promoting, you should have a Facebook page, Twitter page, LinkedIn page, interact with your followers, Google Plus, put YouTube videos. People like YouTube videos. Now, there's huge amount of people were sharing different videos on the Facebook and generating a lot of reviews. Recently, I heard from one of my investors that there is a site who is generating around 2 lakh visits just on the basis of a YouTube video of the different apps he put while he's using it, and is generating huge revenue for that. So these kind of things you should use to promote it. Again, the referral program, that's the virality book. You should always have that. So what are the different purposes? These are the channels, different mediums. What is the location? Word of mouth, referrals, paid campaigns, organic search, and more. So again, the next point of the marketing automation, retention and engagement. You have, got your users, you have paid to your distributors, acquired some good amount of users. Now, how to retain them? Because retaining them is very, very important. And also engaging them for a long time. Most of the Android apps are free apps. How do they make money? They make money through the advertisements run on them. More the people stay on the app, more the likelihood you're gonna make money. So engagement of your usage is very, very important. Telling people, talking to your people, talking to your developers through push notification is very common, and it's a very important medium which people use. Most of the people use it wrongly. Effectiveness of a push notification is very, very, very important. Should send push notification at the right time. Again, the push notification should be automated. It should not happen that you should be sending the push notification to each individual guy by your own. That's not physically, humanly possible. So automation in the push notification, and that too targeting it perfectly is very important. In-app messaging, again, a very, very important technique. I think this is the best technique for you guys. This is especially for e-commerce companies. If some user is buying that, coming there and bought something and started to close that button, just before he pressed on the close, there should be a pop-up saying, hey, there is an additional 5% discount on it. Why don't you go ahead and complete your transaction? So, user will be surprised and pleasantly surprised. It may be a reason that is dropping off for that particular 5% additional money which he has to pay for that particular thing. So in-app messaging in that sense, it's like chatting with your customers directly, and that too not chatting but giving them a physical banner and saying, hey, visually I'm talking to you and you should listen to me. Third is again the social media. Nothing beats social media. Nothing beats of when a friend recommends, say, this app is really, really good and you should check out. This video is hilarious. You should check out. This works like anything. So if you can do this social sharing, use this different media where people share and post hilarious videos and all, it's wonderful. And then the gamification part of your app or game is very important. Why do Shoppers Stop or other Snapdeals and others have a reward system? Because already they're giving you stuff in a discount, but rewards make a user engage. It commands a loyalty from the users, and users, even though you know that you're spending $1,000 and getting the loyalty point of 1 rupee, but we as a human being love getting discounts everywhere in the world. That's a trend. That's why there's always year-end sales or the Black Friday sales, and that's how gamification, the reward system, the avatar management. I have become the shark in the poker, so through that medium. So getting that type of a tag that really attract users to come back and engage and motivate into, if I'm shark today, I want to become the master of the poker. So these are things you should include while making the app. Again, the session time and interval I've already told, it's very, very important. Moving to the next slide. This slide I wanted to talk to you in detail, which is intelligent push notification. Why this intelligent push notification is important, I've already described that you can either annoy a user or can really make him your fan using this intelligent push notification. Scheduling, you should schedule a push notification campaign, your trigger-based push notifications. You should really integrate call to actions, CTS in your push, send push in the form of links, image-based, URLs, sound, notification tiles, etc. These are new technical features which are coming in the push, and we should, as a developer, we should be well acquainted with the all the stuff. For example, Android, it allows you to send badges or the pictures in the push notification, but Apple don't. So, but Apple has a very good interactive push notification. It means basically through the push notification you can do a chat type of a scenario with the user. So you should use all this rich push notification to attract more and more users. You can increase the dormancy and interactive segment channel based push, recommendation based push notification, geo-targeting, multilingual push, push notification analytics, send cross-platform push in a single click, highly scalable. Should be, push notification server should be highly scalable. Again, there are some points which I've given. You should not behave as a one size fits all, like one push notification for everybody, for all the people in all the demographics. You should not do it. Moving to the next slide. Session event tracking is again more very important thing. You should interact. You should know where to interact with your users, whether at the starting of a session, or the exit of a session, or the drop-off point of a session, and send the push or recommendations or the in-app messages based on that. This is very important, because you have to see that what is the point when the user, for example, in Candy Crush, if you want to go to the next level, you have to wait for some time. Or if you don't want to wait, here is the in-app message. So they have devised a way in which they've earned millions just finding out where is the intelligent drop-off, or not the drop-off, intelligent entry or exit points for them. In-app messages also should not be plain vanilla. Should be segmented messages and targeted, linked with funnel, personalized, CTA, appropriate branding should be there. It should not be like ad. It should be automated, matrices based, and you should A/B test your push notifications and in-app message as much as you should. Social APIs, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, blogging with via Facebook, post share updates. You should ask users to create their own buddy network, help them to create an in-app chat, invitation, email APIs to send the emails to your users. Then you should segment the different users based on which campaign they have came from, send an email or push, vice versa. So some of the, again, just to come back to the points which we started, that we should just not know the only ailment, but what is the right medicine for that as well. So some of the right medicine or trigger action are the push notifications, in-app messages, direct chat, email, social post, example Facebook, scheduled in-app push notifications, custom codes, and time zone-based trigger actions. Segmentation and targeted marketing, and it covers what I've already covered, that demography, location, interest, skill level, buying pattern, capacity, past purchases, classification, app version, and so on. This is what we talk about. We should funnel the different users at how many people came, selected the item and went away, how many added to cart and went away in checkout, and based on that you should take certain actions. For example, at right conversion point, you should send them a right in-app message. For example, the purchase has happened, and there is somebody has bought a movie DVD, and then you're sending them the after the conversion has happened, after the user has already bought that why don't you buy the another DVD which has came recently from the same director and it's doing exceptionally well. So that's the places you should see your funnel management properly. We have a A/B testing, which I've already speak. A/B test as much as possible, but don't overdo it because there are other factors to it. You should. Again, the cross-platforming on the user cross-platform should be targeted, unified data, notifications which are linked. Now, something about our products. The most famous product which we have, which have around 18,000 users, is App42 backend API, which has around 20 plus different modules: user management, file storage, push notification, shopping cart, recommendation, social leaderboards, A/B testing, session management, image processor, message queue, NoSQL, custom code, review rating, rewards, buddy, avatar, name it, we have it, and we support almost all the SDKs, all the native SDKs. iOS, Windows, Coco Studio for the gaming developers, PHP, C#, Adobe ActionScript, you name it, we have it basically. This is very famous. Go ahead and use it. The best part is the initial starting phase. We give 1 million API calls per month free to the users. Till the time you are actually successful, you don't take any money from you. Some user management mechanics out of those APIs: achievements, leaderboards, push, gifting, social tasks, rewards, buddy. This is again very important and should definitely use in your apps and games. AppPop is a multiplayer gaming engine. It's a real-time TCP, UDP, and WebSocket based engine which enables the real-time play. For example, if you are playing chess with time-based chess with your friend, then he should get a message immediately that you have made your move and now it's his turn. So these type of things can be done. A chat application can also be built using AppPop multiplayer engine. This is App42 PaaS. So this is a self-service PaaS. If you want a Virgin instance, for example, MySQL storage, the Java-based technology, you're free to get those servers from us. It's 15 days free trial, and then we charge the number of. We support again multiple services and support multiple platforms. They have features that can auto scale, descale, load distribution, polyglot platform, collaboration with team, multiple services, management console. This is a marketing automation dashboard. I just wanted you guys to have a look. It gives you today's trending events. It helps you to find out what is the basic events I'm feeling. Can segment the event. Can see the sessions, how many are current active sessions, average session time, user session time, daily, weekly, monthly. You can manage your funnels through this. Again, profiling, retention, and so on. Again, I think last time, sorry about it. The cross promotion which I told you, if you have more than one app, multiple apps, then you should certainly look at our App High product, which is free of cost. Again, it's totally free of cost because you're doing promotion within your app. So, getting your own user base to know that you have come up with something new, it's very good. Just you have to go to the apphive.chappers.com and register. App presence is the part where I was telling you that it's the app website tool we have. We can create a basic website of your app with no cost. 5 of the websites are free of charge from our side, and then I think we should charge around $1 or $2 per month every month for that site. So definitely do it. It's SEO enabled. You can write your own custom tag, keywords, titles, and so on. That's very interesting, and it's really push your marketing strategy. Should definitely take in its apppresence.chappers.com is a site where you should look into it. Finally, get associated with us. What we are in the market, or what technologies we have developed in the market, is just because of feedback from our users. Simple registration page is there. Log in with Facebook, GitHub, or create your account. Do register with us. Give us your candid feedback. We love to hear from you. We have very active forum, forum.shepherd.com. We reply on it as soon as possible as we get a question. We love to get engaged with you guys and need to know what new features you want us to come up with to complete the ecosystem. These are some of links for reference which we are giving. API.shepherds.com for all the 600 plus APIs, AppWalk for multiplayer, App2 Pass for the Pass, AppHype for cross promotion, and App Presence to build your app, website for your app for free. You can reach me anytime at daljit.math@shepherds.com. I love to hear from you. If you have any feedback, any session you want me to bring, or any particular product you want to see in detail, to catch me up anytime. I think over to Gaurav.
Yeah, thanks Daljit for such an insightful presentation on mobile app platform. Really, it was a very knowledgeable presentation. So let us quickly move to the question and answer round. I request all our participants, if they have any question or query related to the topic, please share the same with us. But I request Daljit, please read out the question before answering them, so that all our users get the commendable insight. So we will wait for question from our participants. If they have any question, please share with us. Meanwhile, we have got one question. Daljit, please go to the question tab. There you can see the question.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. It says, which API you have for two-way communication between two devices of Android operating system? Which API you have for? So again, I think described you a little about AppWalk. It's a multiplayer gaming engine. It can interact with the cross-platform devices. For example, you can interact with a person who is on Android, Windows, or on the web. You can interact all of them together, or between the Android and Android device. So appwalk.shepherds.com is the site which you should visit and have a look at that. I hope I have answered it. Any more questions?
So we will wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Daljit, if we get any question, we will say it across to you. Meanwhile, I again request all our participants, if they have any question related to the topic, please share the same with us.
Generally, there are two scenarios in which people don't ask questions. Either the session was very good or the session was very bad. So I'm not sure how did it went. So another question is, how is your services different from past urban airship? Very common question. Everybody asks us. This is asked by anyway, Google. So very common question. Everybody asks us, how you differentiate? Again, we have taken an ecosystem approach. If you are building an app and push parts, it has just 5 modules. Simple user and push notification. Urban airship is only push notification, and that too they are more into marketing rather than doing it for the developers. So these are the companies which do only one thing. But when you are making a game as a developer, should take a holistic approach. That's what we see as. We might be wrong, but there should be. I take an example of a shopping mall. Why do you buy a shop in a shopping mall? Because it gives you all the features. Gives you electricity, gives you plumbing logic. It gives you a plumber's facility. It gives you cleanliness facility. Because you have all the things at one place, and that's how it shop in a shopping mall differentiates itself into an individual shops in the market. So I hope again I have covered it. So there is another question, and let me read out. From Gagan. Next is from Namdev Lode. Which API is to be used for attractive design of Android apps. So again, I told you we are the backend company. User experience is which we leave things for you. We don't want to get into it. We don't want to get involved into it. The reason is, it's your forte. We don't want to dictate you that you should have a red button or a right button. There are around 100 of games, chess games in the App Store at the moment, and out of 100 App Store games, I think people use only 2 or 3 games, and that's because of their user experience, right? So that's your forte. You make the front end you're on. We are the back end providers. We support you in any way in scaling. If you are become the Angry Birds overnight, we are here for you, but UI is what you have to take care. So I'll take the next question. So Prateek Panchal has asked, which platform is good, iOS or Android? I'll say, Prateek, both are good. Why I'm saying is, in Android, most of the games are free games. There are the more cheaper Android phones. More cheaper phones means your customer base, they are not paying much money. It means if you are thinking to make a game or a app which you wanted to keep it free, you should publish it for Android. But if you want to make a game which is paid game, or which you want to have a lot of in-app purchases, then iOS is what you should look at. Again, it's a personal decision, which expertise you have in your specific field. We are a cross-platform support provider. From our side, should develop games in not games, apps in all the spheres. So next question, which API is used for gaming in iOS? From Prateek again. Prateek, again, you should look at our api.shepherds.com and appwarp.shepherds.com. Both of them, go register it, and you will see on the you will have iOS SDK, and for the AppWorks multiplayer, you have an iOS SDK. Go there and have a look, integrate that SDK into your code, and start building beautiful games. I think I've already explained. So can you name a few of your clients in e-commerce domain? Supreet, the objective of the session was an educational one, more of a, giving an overview about my company is my duty. That's why I've given it. I'm not selling it here. So if you have any queries related to, sales or customers, you should get in touch. But believe me, we are working in best in the industry, and you can reach me on my email. I have given it to you. It's shown in the monitor now. You can reach me. I'll be happy to answer this question for you. Any more questions?
I think, Daljit, we are done with the question and answer round.
Okay. So, yeah, thanks Gaurav for providing this opportunity for having this webinar. I hope, I'm again very sorry about the disturbances you had in between during the webinar. Again, thank you for being part of this session. Do give us your feedback. Have a look at our platform. It's very friendly, very user friendly. Just go there, register it. It's free of cost. We love to hear feedback from you guys. Again, you have any questions, mail me at daljit@shepherds.com or daljit.math@shepherds.com. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Also, you can give your feedback to Gaurav or me, about what new sessions you want from us. I can get involved more of my technical team to get you into deep dive into the technical section if you want. We can do all that sort of things. Thank you from our side. Big thanks from my side.
Thank you, Daljit, for taking so many questions and taking out time for conducting this webinar. It was indeed a great session. I would also like to thank all our participants for their support in making this webinar a success. I would also request all our participants, if they have any question, they can visit our website techgeek.com. There you can post question, any question, any query they have related to the topic. And I request Daljit also, please spare some time in next few days. And if you find any question on your TechGeek page, please answer them. Right?
I'll do that.
Right. Thank you, sir. So apart from this, the recording of this webinar will be available on our website, that is techgeek.com, by tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Thank you, Daljit.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye-bye.